Hey, so I'm Kim. I'm super nervous. I've never made a YouTube video. I'm doing this from encouragement from family members, coworkers, and friends. Uh, we're gonna make bean sprouts, and I started doing this about a year ago because I had really bad arthritis, really bad depression. My family, we were eating McDonald's like every day of our lives, because I work full time. So, I was in bed for like 3 days, and with arthritis, even my toes hurt. It was crazy. But while in bed for 3 days, you binge on Netflix, right? And I ran into a lot of documentaries about the food we eat. So, started juicing, bought a juicer, then I started bean sprouts, and now it's actually a year later, and I probably eat 90% vegetables and maybe meat like one day a week. So, bean sprouts, super easy. If I can do it, anyone can do it, I promise. And I've had these sprouts for a year in the same container. It's not a lot of work, I promise. Alright, so I'll show you one of the packages. And they're really tasty, actually. I mean, who would have thought I would have ever liked them? Not me. So, I got these from the Sprout House. It's online. You can just check it out. You can see that. Oops, upside down. Well, you'll figure it out, right? Okay. So, this is broccoli seeds, and for some reason, they're leaking. So all you really need is a package of sprouts, which are seeds. These seeds, you can sprout them or you can grow them in your garden. It's the same thing. I never knew that until a year later. And then you just need a mason jar and paper towels and a rubber band and some water. And that's basically it, for real. So you have a mason jar. I have my sprouts. And you're just going to put 1 tablespoon of the sprouts. And I've been doing it, like I said, about a year, so I kind of know what a tablespoon is. So that's it. There's the sprouts in the little bucket, see? Super simple. And then I go over to my refrigerator because it has, that filtered water feature, whatever, filtered water. Anyway, it's supposed to be better for you than the tap water. Who would have thought? And then what I do here is just fill it up with a little bit of water, and you let it soak for like 12 hours. See? It's that simple. And so right now it's 8 o'clock. And so later tonight, I don't stick to the exact 12 hours because I'm very imperfect. If I strive for perfection, I'll never get anything done. So I stick to progress, not perfection. There's my sprouts in my water, and you just let those sit for 12 hours. So then, once that 12 hours is over, tonight I would come back, and I actually have some sprouts that I've been growing. These are mug seeds. And say these were full of water, right, because they've been soaking. All I do is come to the sink, and I just rinse them. Like this. I just pour it out in my hand and I just let the water filter. There are these nice little mesh covers that you can buy, but I don't know. I guess I'm just really simple. So I use a paper towel. So you just pour it out, right? Put this paper towel on there, and then you just put a rubber band on it like that. And then you just set them out like that overnight, right? Also, so I don't forget what sprouts I've grown, I label my paper towel. Very practical and super cheap, right? Mug seeds. And so then, after I've rinsed them, I just set them in a Tupperware container with my supplies. I have my Sharpie in here, I have my rubber bands in here, and I just set them like this. And so what that does is it just drains all the water out overnight, 12 hours into the paper towel. And you basically do an every 12-hour cycle, right? Rinse, drain, repeat. Rinse, drain, repeat every 12 hours. And it takes about 3 days. And you'll see these are ready. And how you see they're ready. So this is the seed. It was green to start with. And you see how that's kind of busting open. I don't know if you can see that. Right there, that white thing. That's busted. And then what happens is the little shell will come off. And so you rinse them and you eat them. And they're really good. I mean, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm eating bug sprouts. Like whoever would have thought that. Not me. But I don't just eat them plain all the time. Right? That'd be very boring. So what I do is I use them for my lunch at work every morning, pretty much. Just about. I make a salad. I'll show it to you. Oh my gosh, and don't look at my refrigerator. It's a disaster. Okay. So, here's my salad. And then it's actually from yesterday, Friday. I didn't eat it. Oops. I wasn't feeling that well at work, so I didn't eat anything. So here's the salad, right? And it's just spinach, carrots, and a little sprout seeds. These are actually red clovers. And there's mug seed also in there. Sprouts. But that's it. And you just drizzle them with dressing, and they're super good, full of nutrition. Much better to eat than food that's just full of chemicals that our bodies are not made to digest. It's pretty good. Now, if you would have told me a year ago that I would have been eating salads every day, making my own sprouts, oh, and growing those microgreen things, right? So I started that because I learned that these sprout seeds are exactly the same seeds. Like, I don't know, I guess I thought it takes different seeds to make a sprout, to make microgreens, to make a plant. But no, people. Same seed. So I bought all these a year ago, and I can use them in my garden that I've started. I started a garden. Unbelievable. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I work 7:30 to 5 every day, but I'm able to actually keep a garden. Okay, so I've only produced 2 tomatoes now. Couldn't survive on 2 tomatoes, right? But I'm learning, and that's the point. Don't give up. It's very satisfying. It's very fulfilling to be able to make my entire lunch from my kitchen at home. Well, okay, not entire lunch. The spinach here, I bought it at Kroger. But it still tastes good. You know what I mean?